practice. I know they want to enable and try to inspire their team as much, but especially on your duelist to try and give your Star-Lord an edge against Super Gomez on the other side. So it will be some early pressure on this high ground, and Mace could be ready to drop down as soon as this shield gets a little too low, but Mace is just kind of shield swapping very, very well, but the cart is making some progress. So when is that NTMR contest going to happen? It is the Hulk of Luca stepping up.
Yeah, I mean, I like the strategy there. Armor did start off with Rocket, gave the team a little bit of armor prior to the fights, giving them a slight advantage to take some space. And as we do see here, it is going to be a card battle onto the high side. There goes Luca on the Hulk, and now Nightmare pressing with Mace, trying to take some space back here onto the front side, dropping back, enabling him with that team up. When you are playing Strange, when you have a Hulk on your team, you actually cannot anti yourself with your charge of Dark Magic. A lot of people don't understand that is a huge benefit for Doctor Strange, as they are getting slightly pushing. Great takedown there from Mace, and they are going to get the reds there from Kurova. Hog's going to fall on the thing, and they are taking back this space as Nightmare sweeps the team. And here we go for fight number 2.
And we could just jump into this composition more, because the main, I guess, like, off Vanguard we can point out is Thing versus Hulk. Hulk may be more team-oriented, being able to give those shields to everyone if you want to press as a team. So, really selfless type of hero, while Hogs can have the setups, can toss everybody up. And this pairs so well with the Galactic Legend from Gomez, but continuously a fight for high ground, where Sentinels are going to commit more members, and look how much space they just got. They'll be able to dictate the fight, but this pull from the Invisible Woman was huge.
Yeah, right now, Millennia just trying to find an angle to get this legendary to happen. Do get dunked on, no takedowns there as we are popping ultimates left and right. Here we go as Millennia trying to find somebody in the back line, completely healed up from the ult of Aramori. Aramori going to keep the team in the fight, and there goes another strategist ultimate as they are going to keep holding here on the side of Nightmare. Nobody down on either side. Clobbering time from Hogs goes out. Will they find any value out of it just yet, or was it just a pace, a slowed down pace play? And they are going to continue this fight off the offside. Millennia doing a ton of damage, already back at 31% prior to the ultimate, and they do get a pick on Kurova, which will not have res up just yet. Mace gonna take out Gomez, right? Amazing falls, Aramori falls, and just like that, the pressure goes back on the side of Nightmare.
And unfortunately, that Kurova just couldn't find an opportunity to resurrect, but the moment of Melania trying to go for that Galactic Legend, once all these strategist ultimates were out, Aramori really kicked things off with the Cloak ultimate, but then just NTMR knew they could just step back. This is going to be a marathon, not a sprint, when you're running the triple strategist. So Sentinels, again, the high ground control, but keep in mind the Invisible Woman can pull this fight earlier than Sentinels expect.
Yeah, I mean, right now, ultimates are in favor so far of Nightmare, who are sitting on 5. They do have the res from Warlock on both sides. Warlock reses can be game-changing. If we see something from Kurova, the fight's beginning now. We did see the bond out. That is a huge cooldown to use on the side of Sentinels, as they are keeping the pressure up. There goes the pop of Pizza Demon, trying to keep the team in the fight. The ultimates are back up onto the high ground, trying to find any sort of purchase here yet, and nothing has fallen. Aramori gonna drive them forward, allowing them to have some space. Great Eye of Agamotto. It does get held, and down goes Pizza Demon, as there is going to be the first pick on the side of Sentinels, looking for more as they do cloak away. Here comes the legendary on the high side of Gomez, trying to find a play, does go directly onto the front line, make that 3, as they are going to take point 1.
And that's why Aramori is the expert of the cloak, dictating where she wanted the fight to be, placing down the ult, and following up with the Eye of Agamotto as Kalush took to the skies. One of the best Doctor Stranges we're going to have. I said Sentinels, their highlight are their Vanguards, and they're brawling so well, utilizing the Hulk, which is something you don't see every day, using the shields, and just having that extra push, following up with those support ultimates. It is going to be that dance, and they were able to defend well against all the duelist ultimates of NTMR. But can Sentinels put on the press a little early, take a proactive fight? Sentinels are going to wait for the perfect moment to do so.
Yeah, it was a great set of plays here, and here we go again as the initiation starts off. Hogs trying to make a play, now switching over to the Hulk to allow Kalush to have that advantage. Great shot there. Incredible work by Visor, who's going to make Hogs fall off, and there is going to be an advantage. They pop the Eye of Agamotto, and down goes Kurova. Great retake here from Nightmare. Nightmare holding on firm, and they are going to get a few more picks. Pressing in again. Oh, great ult there to hold on by Rymazing, who is running the Mantis, and that is quite the change from what we saw in the last tournament.
May not even be over. I think Sentinels can keep pushing. They have an Agamotto from Kalush, and he just pops it now, and it catches Pizza Demon during that ultimate, and they burst Pizza Demon down.
Yeah, that was a great set of plays. Communication obviously apparent, but they are turning this back around. Millennia gonna take out Gomez and Kalush, and after those ultimates, getting picks like this is huge for the side of Nightmare, turning that momentum backwards, getting another as Visor is gonna take out Amazing and Korova, and that is a great set of plays by Nightmare.
I believe Baser used the ultimate to only bring Pizza Demon back, and they just knew how important it was to have all three strategists alive against the sustain that Sentinels had. And this was a huge exchange, like a huge fight in terms of how many ultimates were invested, and that risk paid off for NTMR. Look at where the cart is sitting. It's pretty deep into point B, and Sentinels will have to generate back into Amazing's Mantis ult, and Hogs to, I guess, go in and just be the frontliner for the team.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand when you're playing Warlock. Actually, you can pop that res prior to the fight. Obviously, you'll get value with the res no matter what, but if you move forward, you are able, as we move here, Nightmare is going to fall from Korova, and they're looking for two. Amazing going to take out Millennia, and they're holding this space, driving them into the back, and Hulk's going to own it. Here comes the Eye of Agamotto, going to sweep everybody, and just like that, Sentinels are going to be trying to press in for point two. But as I was saying, the res from Warlock, it's actually follows Warlock himself. It's not around the beacon, so you can pop it before a fight and walk in, and if your team falls around you, you'll get the res behind you. So it is aggressive play to try to pop that prior to a fight.
Okay, there was a bit of a contest from NTMR, but because Sentinels are pushing spawn, NTMR just won't be able to contest, but shaving off every second on that time bank is huge. And yes, to pop that resurrect so that Pizza Demon could get back immediately, NTMR knew the risk and they still paid off. Sentinels now can keep pressing, and I like that Kalush is not afraid to use an Eye on Agamotto in a 6v4 or whatever. They want to wipe NTMR from the face of this earth, and there's already some early damage going into someone like Luca who has to jump back, so there's just no momentum from NTMR early.
Yeah, I like what you were saying, just taking that space, ensuring they don't have a touch, right? It's value right there for Dr. Strange to ensure they can't get there. Giving them point two is all that matters. KD and anything else doesn't matter as Kalush falls, Korova falls. Really well done as Nightmare getting their space back. I do believe this map is more favored in the side of attack, so trying to hold them at point three can be an absolute game winner as Nightmare is finding their footing.
This could be a moment for Sentinels if once they respawn and hopefully don't get staggered, because Luca is still in banner form but is actually going to get shots in at a distance. I was worried about that. Once they sacrifice Luca and TMR, we're able to get the eliminations possible, but Aramori can still dictate this fight going in with the cloak ultimate soon, but it's going to be Amazing leading it with the mobility of the Mantis. Eye of Agamotto gets pushed off.
That was insane. Luca tackles him out of the sky, stuffing the ultimate, and they follow up and take him out. Hogs, my apologies. Great work here by Hogs to press in, and they are getting a ton of space here with the Hulk.
Luca saves the day, and it's not even over yet. He was almost thinking about jumping back in. Kalush shut down. A big win condition from Sentinels gone, but Gomez has been exiled, being removed for the moment. But NTMR is still trying to recollect themselves on the flank. Luca not able to get back into his Hulk 4. Sentinels head to the finish line.
Yeah, it was really well played there. They are trying to hold great Eye of Agamotto as it gets two, and they can capitalize. Down go two for Nightmare in OT. That is a huge pick. Kalush gonna pop all toss. Get one, manages to take out Kendrick, and they are owning again. Back into space, but Nightmare trying to find a pick. No collection there just yet. The bond is out. The team is able to hold on. Both sides are doing a great job dancing and ensuring nobody goes down. Down goes one on the side of Nightmare as they do lose Luca, and here comes the everything right now. Oh my goodness, Sentinels fall, make two fall. The res immediately from Millennia, and they are going to try to hold on, but it is very close, and it is going to be in the side of Sentinels.
Holy cow, NTMR had some solid stops around point C and really brought it down to the last seconds, even just to cap point B, but a lot of time drained around that point B area. NTMR just pushing Sentinels to their absolute limit, but you gotta love what Amazing's able to do. You don't get to see him on Mantis every day, but being able to dictate, be proactive in these fights, leading with the extra mobility of the Mantis ultimate, and you're starting to be able to read Kalush a little bit, jumping at the center of these fights. What a great shutdown down from NTMR to cancel that ultimate, but then he still had 50% charge, and that's just one ultimate that you remove from the arsenal of Sentinels, who played around this Hulk so well, or actually it was the Thing, maybe swapping to the Hulk later, but Sentinels just pacing really well, even just thinking about point A, how Aramori starts with the Cloak ultimate, then you have Gomez go in. It's just so well dictated from the Sentinels communicators. Now NTMR gotta hope to finish the entire map, and that's pretty difficult to do.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's very different games than what we saw with the 2-2-2 lineups. Going 2-1-3 on both sides is very coded in terms of when you can find opportunity and making pressure and things happen during strategist ultimates, right? It is all about target priority. It is very important. When you get a strategist KO'd out of their ultimate, it is a massive win for the team, and we did see some of that on both sides. Really coordinated as we do start the first fight on high ground. This high ground here, a really strong choke to hold, and nobody's on the ground, letting the cart just push by itself. And here we go with the first fight. Nobody making anything happen just yet. Gomez already about 20%, and Nightmare making some strong plays. Baizer, if I say that correctly, Baizer with a nice pick immediately on Kurova, saying I can play Warlock too, let me show you, and that is going to get the res out early.
Yeah, strategist with duelist numbers, Baizer taking that off angle, and also it's kind of a cooldown-based healer, and knowing exactly when to execute that, keeping Luka still on his feet, and not succumbing to that banner form is huge. There's great progress. All the picks go in their favor, and they could just keep steamrolling this. If they stagger Sentinels, they may not even have a round of ultimates. It all depends on how far NTMR can push them. But because of Kalush's triple kill, wait a minute, the playing field is even.
Yeah, that was insane. I honestly thought that was going in the favor. Luka doing a great job taking space there on the Hulk, getting a couple picks, but it turned around immediately when Kalush takes out 3. The reses are popped, though. The side of both of these with the Guardians team up, you cannot count out a team when you get a pick. You got to keep that mental, because you know they're just going to drop back and be right back into the fight without any timer. And here we go, as we are sitting on even ults on both sides. 1 or 2 strategists in the favor of Nightmare, as the pop over on Super Gomez. Gomez trying to find some purchase. Nobody yet. Here comes the ultimate from Kalush. Again, nobody connected with, but we are going to keep the pressure forward as ultimates are getting popped.
Yeah, just the Mantis ultimates first. Kurova, Aramori, Baizer, Kendrick just being as patient as they can, but Kalush is an absolute menace on the Vanguard, and he just kicks NTMR in the teeth. The Resurrects come through. Bazer's going to give another chance at this fight. 2 minutes left for NTMR.
Yeah, really well done on both sides, just buying time. There was no major KO. As I'm saying that, of course, the side of Sentinels are going to take out 2. Nightmare going to take out Gomez. Gomez rests right back up, and same with Baizer. They're both back into the fight. Great sleep there, and these are just back and forth battles. Nobody owning anything just yet. Great space taken by Luke on the right side with the Hulk, trying to find somebody, but no, has to drop back and reset with the team. And Pizza Demon going to drop Gomez. Nightmare, or Mace is going to fall from Kurova. Hogs on Baizer, and it's just back and forth here.
This tank line from Sentinels saved the day. Just initially when they got wiped, for Kalush to match that with a triple kill is the whole reason we have this skirmish of everyone being resurrected back in, for spawns to be this close from NTMR. But time is not on their side, 1:15. And this was a much faster push for Sentinels, so NTMR already at a disadvantage in the pace of the game. And you don't have an invisible woman, so you aren't able to kind of get these early pulls if you're Sentinels, so they're going to sit back and wait for NTMR to approach.
Yeah, I really like the side of Aramori going with Cloak, because Cloak did get that recent buff, really empowering their ability to heal and force. Oh, great pick there by Kurova, taking out Baizer in the back line there, trying to get some more damage out, but nothing. But as I was saying, Aramori utilizing that new buff that just recently happened to showcase how strong Cloak and Dagger can be on the frontline heals, keeping the team in the fight as Sentinels are pressing forward again, driving them back into the back line. Kurova showcasing the animation cancel here on Warlock, looking to take out, oh, yep, down goes Kendrick and Luka, as Sentinels are holding on very strong with 25 seconds on the clock.
I was not expecting a possible full hold after NTMR looked like they were challenging Sentinels so well in the previous round, and with 15 seconds left, you have an eye on Agamotto, and that's your big win condition. How will Sentinels try to block this off? It's all up to Kalush. If we even get to that point, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they did just manage to maintain that space. They owned them out of spawn, and that's all that it takes to get home the W on map 1, going towards Sentinels.
Wow. I was not expecting this to be as one-sided as it was. Insane stuff. And NTMR's roster, I mean, they've been swapping people in and out, and I think of someone like Desui, where I was kind of hyping up that I wanted to see that matchup, and he's not even playing. So this was sort of the best player on NTMR. I was looking forward to matching up against Rye Amazing, but I guess when it's just like a Mantis off, this could be a reason why we have the players that we have on NTMR. But I feel like Sentinels are the kings and queens, I guess I should say, of running the triple of something, whether it's the triple of Vanguards or the triple of strategists. And NTMR came studied. They came out with pretty much the same composition, minus maybe the cloak and dagger different.
I'm doing it right, as Mace is going to put them potentially on the high side left. And here we go. Eyes in on the middle segment, just trying to maintain positioning. They are going to hold this before them, holding this building down and taking the high ground. I like that strategy, not forcing your teleport to be up there, allowing you to ensure that you're going to be safe on your initiation. And here we go, as Luca is trying to find some damage and build up that alt charge.
Yeah, being on the high ground means you get to dictate when the fight happens, and all Sentinels can do is just sit and watch. And this is a map that changes elevations, so this could be twists and turns, but Luca has already dropped to the low ground. You got to see reinforcements from NTMR. Mace is dangerously low, and these tanks from NTMR are getting shredded.
Yeah, Rye Amazing gonna show off the hella as he does get 2, and we are pressing forward with the thing. Haymaker after Haymaker, looking for another, and down goes Baser. Well done there by Hogs Kalush and the side of Sentinels.
That was disgusting. And now you remove the invisible woman during the picks and bans, so you're not able to have these polls that kind of start these fights a little earlier. So I wonder sort of what CC or what caused NTMR as a Vanguard line to be separated from each other, because that was their demise.
Yeah, it looked like a potential reset that went wrong, right? People just started falling when they called for a reset, and then at that point, you just gotta fall and oh my goodness! Hog's gonna take out another. Kendrick falls as they're maintaining this positioning. Rye Amazing just doing a ton of damage as he does get another pick on Millennia, and just like that, Sentinels are owning this positioning while holding on to more ultimates.
This is a tough one to watch. Sentinels in the driver's seat, and look how many ultimates they have built up. I'm looking towards these strategists and even this Goddess of Death. As soon as the fight is finally stabilized, you're going to see Rye Amazing in the skies.
Yeah, they are holding here. Nightmare just trying to get their footing. I think it's more of a just, you know, they got to regroup and figure it out. Nice pick there. Millennia gonna take out 2. Down go 2 supports. Prior to getting the ultimate, clobbering time is out. Millennia gonna make sure this fight goes in their favor. Kendrick trying to look for the thing, and down goes Hogs. And just like that, Nightmare gonna get some percentage on the board.
I've been waiting to see more magic. This is such a good duelist in small maps like this. You can have one-shot combos into strategists. You can cause just so much chaos, and you have a self-sustain. It can be very risky, though. It can be poked down. It's not as strong in the range department, obviously, but clearly with how much backup Kendrick is getting, this is one of his best heroes. Fate of both worlds, Baser has to choose this moment carefully as Mace is putting on the press. It can also use that Magneto ult in response to really anything, maybe even Rye Amazing.
Yeah, Cloak and Dagger mains in the chat rise up because as you can see, both teams are utilizing them, right? That buff clearly has an impact where we didn't see them as much in the past few tournaments, putting a ton of healing out into the main line. And here we go, as ultimates are popped up in the sky, right? Amazing, looking for somebody. Magneto just eating some of that damage, trying to find a pick onto one of the strategists, but no, as you're talking about Magic, a really strong hero. They are going to take out one. Down goes Aramori as Kendrick falls and the numbers are even. Millennia going to drop right Amazing, trying to say, nah, you are not the only Hella player here, as we are going to even out. Percentage is starting to lock in. Kaluj gonna drop pizza. Back and forth we go.
That was huge. This looks like an NTMR fight unless Hogs is just going to go for solo plays. I guess he is, and you just want to run away. The guy could be pretty slow unless he starts just charging towards you, and I guess Hogs is just a one-man army. Gomez is also currently frozen, so this is just a one Vanguard show, and who can stop Hogs? These haymakers are insane.
You talked about the triple Vanguard, and they're doing it as Mace falls too. Really well done here by Sentinels, maintaining this pressure, doing a ton of damage with the Vanguards and showcasing how strong this composition can be as Gomez takes out Baser just like that.
But this point has still been held by NTMR. Sentinels are just now getting the full wipe, so 91% for NTMR means they are within one fight to take this first round and one step closer to try and match Sentinels, but this will be last fight territory, and with the fate of both worlds, only for Kurova, not Baser, the sustain is on Sentinel's side.
Yeah, this is looking in the favor of Sentinels holding, but Mace getting an early pick on right. Amazing is huge for the team. Millennia gonna take out Aramori, and just like that, it's in their favor without the ultimate advantage. The team of Sentinels trying to see if they could hold on to those ultimates for the next round, but no, we're not able to find any luck with that, and they are gonna retake this position here.
Yeah, just with the triple Vanguard, it's just so much frontline, and NTMR don't have the space to poke it down. Until now, the ultimates, the later one used from Pizza Demon, that's all they need to do is sustain and make sure that if Millennia in these off angles has to deliver those critical blows. And that's exactly what NTMR do to somehow swing the fight back in their favor against the unkillable tanks of Sentinels.
Here we go again in the final fight on point. Mace gonna take out Aramori, and this is massive for the side of Nightmare, but here comes the teleport. They're gonna try to hold on as long as they can. Ultimates will be popped. Clobbering time is out. No value yet. Kendrick gonna take out Gomez early. Kaluj falls. Baser getting two. Millennia gonna get a pick, and yes, that is gonna be the first map on the side of Nightmare.
Holy cow, the duelist turnaround from NTMR, from just the Bucky and the Hellas on the off angles. This is going to be a team that plays pretty split apart compared to a triple Vanguard setup. And I was worried with how much gap closing someone like Hogs was doing, running after everyone, killing the strategists, hitting the duelists in the face, forcing everyone from NTMR to disperse. NTMR just couldn't have good focus fire when they were just constantly getting attacked. But then you just had really well-timed strategist ultimates. Baser and Pizza Demon wait until the very last second, and that makes the whole world of a difference when you have that sustain, because you don't have the HP pools that a triple Vanguard team does. So fantastic clutch power from NTMR, because I thought that was going to go the way of the Sentinels. NTMR just can really depend on Millennia. Just have to be careful if there's going to be a Magneto ult that sucks up a lot of that damage, but beautiful work and resilience from NTMR.
Yeah, I mean, perfect call there. It was just, you know, it was an upset, right? That fight was not in their favor. Ultimates, I think there was 3 or 4 on the side of Sentinels. It was maybe it was a discussion around trying to hold them, but no matter what, they used them in the end. So it's just a very difficult call in the moment of, should we just use these to get the W? Because I think it might have been better for them if they had popped them early, but your call was perfect there, as Millennia just got an early pick or two with the team, and yep, it just went right in their favor as we start up map 2 here. Sentinels are virtually even in terms of ultimate advantage, and here we go with the first fight. We are going to press into Super Gomez, looking for some sort of angle. Does take out Pizza Demon early, blocks the Eye of Agamotto, but not everyone gets saved. Going to shield his team and allow them to get some chance, a chance to take the fight to the back line. Looking at Mace, who's one down, goes one as Hogs is going to keep running at those Vanguards.
But Baser just used the fate of both worlds, and Gomez has an Eye of Agamotto, and on top of Sentinels winning this fight, they're setting themselves up to take even a potential second one with Rymazing a Galactic Legend. That's a fight winner in itself. It's going to be up to Pizza Demon to really place this Cloak ultimate well, because your team has to play in it, and through all the chaos, it can be difficult to see. So all eyes are on Pizza Demon of how they can help them live through the Eye of Agamotto and what else Sentinels have up their sleeve.
Absolutely. Each individual dash by Cloak and Dagger is on a separate timer, so you want to ensure that fourth dash is somewhere that's going to matter because it is your last chance at utilizing it. And here we go. Again, Amazing trying to find something, and there goes that Cloak ultimate you had mentioned. Millennia trying to find an off-angle deal damage, and yes, it works for him as Amazing goes down.
Millennia is a menace, focusing down those duelists that have less health, but this Agamotto just demolished the backline of NTMR.
Wow, that was insane to watch. I thought that was going to go in their favor, but no, really well done there by Gomez to lock them all down and allow the team to follow up. And just like that, they are going to hold the point to 53%.
Insane resilience from Sentinels and Aramori setting it down. You got Amazing with the Galactic Legend coming up, and there's really no strategist ultimates to defend against this. It could just be NTMR trying to play as much cover and around any of the pillars and the walls to get away from this, but Amazing is so swifty. I'm sure he's going to be able to find his way around it, but Millennia is going to be the one to mark. He's been on the flank, and this is what's helped NTMR even get close to winning fights.
Yeah, I mean, I like this comp change here by Sentinels. I mean, I like the Luna pick here, getting rid of the Warlock. Play a similar play style with hit scan, trying to find some purchase in the back line. Once again, support's able to escape, popping those ultimates the strategists are, and here we go. Amazing spin to win, but no connection just yet. On the high ground, hell is unleashed. Gomez stuffing it with the shield, buying them enough time to take them out. Hella trying to find any sort of luck with the pick, but no. Once again, Sentinels are owning this. Deluge gonna take on Millennia. Base are gonna turn that around on Hogs, though. The numbers are even. Will we find any other play? Will they be able to retake this? No, Amazing gonna drop Luca, and they are holding on strong, trying to end this round here and even up the numbers 1-1.
Oh, what a Bucky pull too from Kendrick, and just not able to capitalize too much good support power. Aramori decides to use the Cloak ultimate now instead of saving it for the third round, which seems to be in favor of Sentinels. You got Luca on the Venom that just tried to make space. The Eye of Agamotto from Gomez did its best, but NTMR look untouchable in this fight, but it's still an uphill climb when you have to go 0 to 100, and Sentinels only need one fight to send us into a third round.
Yeah, I mean, just a good retake there by the team, still holding on to ult advantage. Nightmare just never gave up, right? You saw that ultimate pizza held on. Great positioning of where those placements were of the purple, as I like to call it, and it just kind of allowed them to maintain position and not have to utilize their ultimates there. And once again, Sentinels going to own that high ground, force their eyes up, and give them a slight advantage in the fight, force their team to retake it if need be. But no, it's just building it together. As you see, stacking as a group is the way to make it happen, and here comes the ultimate eaten by immediately Magneto.
That's a great job from Mace to eat some of that damage, and Luca can still pop the Venom ult to try and get some of these HP pools low, especially targeting Hogs and Gomez, but they're brought back up to full thanks to the fate of both worlds from Kurova.
Yeah, I mean, Hogs still maintaining. Millennia falls, Kendrick falls, Mace falls. It looks like they are going to retake this position. They try to hold on. Hogs going to drop Luca, and just like that, the point, map 2, is going to go to Sentinels.
Ooh, and looking at the ult banks, and looking at the ult banks, I think you bring through the Aramori ult, of course, the Thing ult, and good effort from NTMR, because that was looking like almost a flawless round, and we'll go to the final one. And kind of a lot of desperate comp swaps. Just think about Luca and the Venom. You don't see it on kind of a game type like this, because you really like larger maps that fully utilize the speed and the dives of it. It's going to be more of a disruption, and you just needed something to force your way through the choke point, and that's why some of these comps came out. And speaking of comps, you have Gomez on the Strange, taking that away from Kaluj, because Kaluj can quite literally be the GOAT at anything you throw at him, including even the Thor, but it will be the Magneto whose job is to eat a lot of that Galactic Legend damage. Kendrick has had some good pulls, but the team is just all out of sorts that there's not enough focus fire at times to capitalize on those hooks.
Absolutely. I mean, it seemed like they were able to jump in there on that point. At least they got their composure back, right? They were able to hold that for a little while. They tried to hold on and make alt play. They did fall with a few strategist ultimates during that fight, which, you know, was tough. But I mean, it's really difficult, especially when you have some of the power here on the triple tank in terms of your initiation ability. But we do see Amazing now making the switch over to Namor, which I personally like to see potentially trying to shut down just in terms of like aim. You don't really need to focus too hard on the backline if your turrets are doing it for you. So here we go with the fight as Mace trying to take some space.
Yeah, the early teleport set Sentinels up to just be able to hold this choke point, which could be everything. When you saw just how much of a demon Hogs was in the previous round, and he's just bashing in the heads of the strategists who had to immediately pop the cloak ultimate. Pizza Demon leads the way, Arrow Morty matches it, and the health pulls up pretty even.
Yeah, I mean, one thing people don't understand about Thing is when he uses the clobbering time, it'll actually do a small AoE around him in terms of stun. You can actually be virtually directly behind him as long as you're within arm's length. You did see that work there for him, and they were able to capitalize on the pick of the front line. So that was a gorgeous play. He did go directly onto the strategist after to take focus off the Vanguards of the front line, and it just worked out for him with that early pick, as they do own almost 20% here on the first point.
Aya Agamotto. And you have Kurova that can pair the Fate of Both Worlds with Rai Mazing's ult, which can be a one-shot combo onto more squishier targets. So does Nightmare have a really good answer for that? It's going to be up to the Fate of Both Worlds from Baser. But can you even go through this choke point? This could just be up to the neutral fight.
Collusion in the sky right now, looking to dunk on a support. Can he get it done? He does, as Baser goes down. Really well done by Collusion there. That is massive value to go ahead and take out a strategist during ult, and they will maintain this point with ult advantage, and things are looking up in favor of the Sentinels.
The silver lining is that Kurova also used the Fate of Both Worlds, where Sentinels maybe not even needing it, but they just wanted to follow along with Kaluj without any unnecessary risk. You have a Goddess of Death from Malenia somewhere probably on the flank, trying to win a 1v1 against Kaluj to buy themselves another life, but staggering yourself here is tough, but Malenia might have killed 2 or 3, giving Nightmare a chance to come back.
Yeah, well done, Nightmare. They got their composure and took it back. We saw this in the last fight, and it's still early enough. 70% allows them to come back in touch point should something change. I do love to see them getting their footing here. Nightmare, they showcased how strong they could be in the first map. They just got to maintain that positioning, resetting now, allowing them to shove in. And here we go with the next fight, as we do see a change on Nightmare as well to pull out Namor as well, sorry, apologies. And here we go with the fight as Luca dives the backline, trying to make a play onto the backline. Immediate strategist pick on Kurova. Well done there by Luca.
And that Venom dive forced Aramore to use the Cloak ultimate, and kind of you need a good group up system, and Sentinels are all out of sorts. They have now had 2 deaths during the Cloak ultimate as they just try to salvage what is left of this fight, because Sentinels don't have control of the point. This is going to set themselves back even further, and this is the last round of the map.
Yeah, I'm curious to see these next fights. Ultimates are at a low. It's now going to be about these early picks just gaining charge, but triple Vanguard is very difficult to handle when you don't have something to shut it down. We do have the whale. The giant fish could be coming at any moment here on the side of Ken, but we will see what it looks like in this fight. And yeah, I mean, it looks like Malenia is close to ult as well. These duelist ultimates can be of massive value into triple Vanguard. And here we go as Gomez just owning this space, using that energy to force out the rest of the team. Try to dunk in. Mace with a good block there, stuffing the Magneto ult. And the fight proceeds, and here comes the fish. No connection as the strategist ultimates are popped. An immediate pick from Rai Mazing with a perfect center drop there. Well done with the connection. The thing that really is strong here. Wow, that was gorgeous as well. Nice shots there by Kurova and Gomez. But one of the team ups that just happened that people may have missed is when you're using Luna Ultimate and you throw out the whale on Namor. If you switch to DPS when that thing is being thrown, you can virtually one-shot any duelist and strategist, and it was showcased right there into the Luna while ulting.
Yeah, beautiful teamwork and combo that you pointed out from Sentinels and Kaluj. Also the Magneto ult to stop Baser's Fate of Both Worlds. Like, Sentinels are back on their feet, and this is going to be the last fight. Will it be Sentinels taking the series, or Nightmare forcing us into a third? And Hogs already being proactive. By his side is Gomez, and they have Mace slow, and Nightmare have to fight back.
Yeah, great throw there by Mace on a Hogs, getting the thing out the back line, and they are able to touch. Good touch there. Gorgeous by Luca to ensure it goes into OT. Trying to buy some time there, pushing Gomez away from the heel, but he was able to escape and get back into it. And this is going to be back and forth. Everything's going to be popped now. Luca trying to dive any of the strategists in the back line, and nobody falls just yet. Luca does take out Gomez. Kendrick holding a great angle here with Namor, trying to find some damage, and it is working. The whale is out, and bang, Rai Mazing falls as well.
Incredible, just knowing that there's a duelist matchup through the side, using the whale to deal with that, the extra CC, and Melina with the headshots on top. The ranged duelists from Nightmare are incredible, and Luca was able to pressure the backline almost immediately with the dives from Venom. He got the teleport in place from the Strange to keep this fight going, Shib.
Yeah, this is absolutely insane to watch. The touch is there and active. Eye of Agamotto popped immediately in the sky. Will this turn back around as Kendrick hits the sky? 3 down for the side of Nightmare. Make that 4 as they are holding on. And wow, what a retake by Sentinels.
And it just feels like the fight that never ends, but Kendrick can't take a duel against a Vanguard. Jumping in for one last touch is a Nightmare, and they crumble. They push Sentinels to the brink of defeat, but this series ends the way of Sentinels.
Yeah, that was a crazy fight. It never ended, like you mentioned. Back and forth, the retake there by Strange. An absolute masterclass of a retake touch. And it does go back and forth. Luca touching for Nightmare, owning the point, and immediately returned on the side of Gomez, who dropped in and took that right back. So well done.